Hey guys, it's Karen, and in today's video, we're gonna do something a little different. I'm going to do a little get ready with me while I talk about why it's so hard to lose weight. I am surrounded by people that wanna lose weight. I'm hearing a lot of stuff and I just wanna talk about it. While I am putting my makeup on, I will tell you what I'm using if I remember. I used to talk about makeup on here all the time and I don't anymore, but I still love putting my makeup on just as much as I did back then. So here we go. I'm gonna use this Wet n Wild Dewy Photo Focus Foundation, liquid foundation, while I talk about the first reason that I think people can't lose weight if they want to or need to, whatever it may be. A lot of times I try to think about weight loss and I try to equate it to something in my life that comes difficult to me. I've mastered this at this point, this whole losing weight, getting healthy thing, but I'm certainly not an expert at everything. I'm well aware that I have a lot to learn, and we all do. I mean, the learning never ends. So I think about things in my life that I really struggle with as well. Should I share that with you? So why not get a little personal? The few things that I struggle with in life are knowing how to make good money, knowing how to keep my home well-maintained and clutter-free with a family of 4. I'm not the only one living here. So those are things I struggle with. So I take my issues and I try to equate it to other people's issue of weight loss, because maybe the person that wants to lose weight, they have no problem making money and they have no problem keeping their home organized, but they can't seem to lose weight. So I think there's a mental block there. Here's my concealer, Maybelline. None of these products are brand new either. I mean, hopefully they're not expired. They might be. So by mental block, I mean that you're sort of telling yourself that you're not really capable of losing weight, that it's way too hard, like you just can't do what it takes, and perhaps you're not worthy of it, like you don't deserve it. Or maybe you're too busy to prioritize it. So that's all mental state of mind. And let me tell you something, this whole mindset thing for me has become a big focus of my brain power these days. It's very, very important to get your head straight. If there's anything in life that you want to achieve, you gotta tell yourself you can do it. But we can't compare ourselves to other people. We all have different circumstances, we all have different bodies, we all have different health histories. So if you see someone doing a certain thing online and you're like, oh, I wish I could do that, and you're like a little envious of that, don't be envious or jealous. Be inspired and figure out how you can take a step in the right direction for yourself and carve your own path to greater health or weight loss. I know the title of this is weight loss because I'm sure that's what most people want. I'm actually very much a proponent of losing fat and gaining muscle and getting healthy, but we'll just stick with the term weight loss for now. So something I would work on, a little setting powder. I would focus on starting your day off with some sort of affirmations. This is something that I try to do as often as I can. And by affirmations, I mean saying statements to yourself that start with I am. And you could say something to yourself in the beginning of your day to start your day off right is I am capable of losing weight. I am capable of becoming a stronger woman. I am capable of making healthy food choices in my day. See what I'm saying? Now, in the beginning, you might not believe yourself because I have done this with other things I'm trying to achieve in my life. And so I feel like I'm lying to myself sometimes. But eventually, if you keep saying these things to yourself, you start to become that person. And this is all coming from a very deep desire to reach certain goals. You can't lose sight of your goals. If you want something bad enough, you need to propel yourself to do the things that it takes to get where you want to go. I know it's hard, but it all starts here. Do you see what I'm saying? You gotta talk very nicely to yourself. Like, I don't know, I'm the kind of person that responds to positive reinforcement. I do not respond well to me criticizing myself. That doesn't work for me. Maybe it might for some, but it doesn't for me. When people compliment me, like, it kind of like nudges me to keep going. So it's the same thing when you talk to yourself. And if you want to take this even a step further, you can say, I am, and then insert whatever you want to be. Okay. And that's where it gets really hard because you're like, but I'm not. But you really should start your day off by saying, I am a healthy woman who takes care of herself. And we're gonna move on to eyes. I am that woman who takes care of herself. I am that woman that feeds herself healthy foods so that her body can operate optimally every single day. I am that woman who moves her body every day so she can move smoothly and with agility and can keep up with her children. I am that woman, and you will become that woman if you keep saying that to yourself, because then you will do those things. All right, let's move on from the mindset thing, okay? But that's where it starts. This next reason I think is huge. I think the reason that it's so hard to lose weight is because we are lacking patience. Weight loss, that is not something that happens in a month. And I mean proper weight loss, okay? When I say weight loss, we want to lose fat. We don't want to lose muscle. We don't want to lose water. We want to lose fat weight, and we want to try to maintain or gain a little muscle. So this requires learning how to craft a new lifestyle. And when I say the word lifestyle, that means like for the rest of your life, and not that you're going to do the same thing for the rest of your life. You're always going to evolve and learn, but this all takes time. It takes time to learn what works for you. I am not a believer in fad diets, not at all. I don't like when I hear people saying that they are on the keto diet, whatever diet it is. The word diet actually means the food you're consuming in a day, okay? Your daily diet, what are we eating? But fad diets, I just don't believe in them. I believe in people getting educated on how to properly fuel themselves, how to craft a meal. I'm going to be making a video on that in the new year. How to eat in a way that you're satisfied, you're comfortably full, you enjoy your food, but you're not like feeling addicted to it and wanting to overeat on it. Like, it's learning how to eat for you. So whatever you're doing to lose weight, like say you've been on this little journey, right, for maybe say a few weeks or a month to losing weight, and you're not quite satisfied, like maybe the scale didn't really move in that month, or oh, it only went down a couple of pounds. Okay, we need to slow down for a moment and remember that this is like a lifelong journey. Quick weight loss usually doesn't equate to fat loss. It could be losing water or muscle. So if you're losing weight fast, you might not be losing the right kind of weight. It is not supposed to be a quick thing. Normal weight loss is anywhere from 0.5 to 2 pounds a week, and that depends on how much weight you really need to lose and what you're doing exactly. So that's that. But I don't like when people use the scale as like that indicator of how well they're doing. It's funny, I have not weighed myself since like the summer. I think it's like June or something. And I feel so free, and I love it because I'm focusing on my behaviors, what I'm seeing in the mirror, how my clothes are fitting. I don't need like a number on the scale to tell me if I am doing good. And plus it really screws with your head. Like, I know a lot of women, like they have a goal body weight. I want to weigh this, I want to weigh that. And I'm like, but how do you know what that's even going to look like on you? A lot of times people lose weight in whatever method they do. They lose weight, but they just become a smaller version of what they were before, which means there was zero focus on building muscle. We didn't do it properly. We basically just underate to the point where you lost muscle and water, and I'm sure you lost some fat along with it, because being in a calorie deficit definitely contributes to weight loss. It's essential to losing weight, making sure that you are not eating more calories than your body is burning, but it's got to be done the right way. And this leads me to my third reason that I think weight loss is so hard for people, is knowing the correct method to losing weight. It's getting educated, getting the facts. It's hard because whatever you're doing is not sustainable. People lose weight and then they gain it back a lot because it wasn't sustainable. We need to do something that we can sustain for the rest of our lives. And of course, with tweaks along the way, like I said, you're never gonna like do the same thing for the rest of your life. You know, you're gonna evolve. Oh, I don't know if I like that color. Well, we did it now. We did it. So the facts, we don't know the facts. We don't know how to lose weight properly. And so now you're thinking, well, how do I learn? How do I figure this out? There's so many messages out there in the media about the latest diets and quick ways to lose weight and quick ways to lose belly fat and all that nonsense. And by the way, you cannot spot reduce. You cannot say, I'm going to lose fat in my belly. It doesn't work that way. Okay. You lose weight, you lose fat. It's going to come off wherever it wants to come off. That's just how it works. We're changing palettes because I need some white. So here we go. So where do we get educated from? Well, you can certainly come to me. I'm educated in this. I do have a degree in exercise science. I have my precision nutrition certification. I'm working on my NASM CPT certification, and I know who's out there. I know what creators are out there also online. I watch them, and I know who knows what they're talking about, and I know who's full of crap, okay? So if you ever want to run anything by me, please let me know. I'm here to help. If I don't have a direct answer for you, I know where to get it from, okay? But if anyone is telling you that you can lose fat from a certain area of your body, or tell you that you can lose this amount of weight in such amount of time, like, don't listen. Basically, you want to do something that sounds ultra boring, okay? And very normal and like common sense, okay? And here's what it means is figuring out how many calories you should have in the day, okay? You can track your calories. You can do that in MyFitnessPal or any macro tracking app. You can do the hand portion method, which is something I would like to talk about in the future, or you can just mindfully eat, which is eating slowly, paying attention to what you're doing, enjoying the food you're eating, not rushing and being very present, enjoying your food, but making wise choices, taking the time to think, what does my body need? What do I want? What can I do here for myself, okay? There's different methods. You have to just do your research and figure out what's going to work for you, okay? Another thing is you got to eat all the macros. You got to eat carbs, fat, and protein. There is no cutting carbs here, okay? Carbs are your main energy source so that you can get those good workouts in and build that muscle and get through your day and not feel lethargic. We need protein to build muscles and to help with, tissue repair and hormonal balances. We need dietary fat. We need it to help with satiety, just like protein. We need it to help with hormonal imbalances. And basically, each macro is doing something for your body. Cutting a macro is going to cause some part of your body to not function properly. We need it all. Also, eating foods that are real, like real foods, foods that were grown from the ground, like fruits and vegetables, and eating things that are minimally processed, not too highly processed. Real food needs to come back. We're all living on processed food. Also, prepared foods, you go out to eat, you're gonna be consuming a lot more calories if you eat out as compared to if you're making your own meal at home. I know it's a lot to figure out. And that's why I'm here, because I want to help people. I know it's a process and it's overwhelming. We don't get taught these things when we're in school. I feel like we're not taught a lot of things that we need to know to get through life successfully. We don't learn when we're young all about how to take care of yourself, how to eat right, how to exercise, how to manage your money. We're just left to learn everything on our own, and we end up growing up and seeing that there's something missing. There's something we never quite learned. And I am there too, trust me. It might not be with weight loss and this kind of stuff, but I got lots of other stuff I'm working on, and I am overwhelmed. Believe me, I am overwhelmed. There's a lot to know, and I know moms out there, we are so freaking busy trying to take care of our kids, and that's when we lose sight of ourselves, and that's why weight loss gets hard, because we're focusing on our kids and not ourselves. And now I'm going off on a tangent, but we are overwhelmed. So let's go there. It's overwhelming, but I don't want you to overcomplicate it. It's a little bit common sense, right? When you think about it, to lose weight, we all know we should eat healthy foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, healthy fats, but also eating in the right amount. We all know if we're overeating. We know that if we're going for seconds, but we're full, we need to have a little extra discipline there and not eat more, because then we're just eating out of either emotions or addiction. So it takes discipline. It does. It takes wanting more for yourself. I feel like my goal for the overwhelmed mom in particular, who has a crazy, crazy life, is to help that woman figure out how to navigate how to eat in the chaos. You know what I mean? That would be a really good video. I know there's a lot of running around, and I know we always feel like we don't have enough time. And sometimes it feels like you are trying your hardest, you're doing everything you possibly can, but you just ran out of time to do the meal prep or to do the whatever. There's always a way, and it's just knowing what that way is. So please, if you have any questions about how to eat properly when you are just running around 24 hours a day, comment below and I will try to help you out and give you a solution. I know it's overwhelming. So with that running around, a lot of times what happens is we are eating out. We are eating on the go. Oh, this is my Pixie eyeliner. Woo! I haven't used this in a while, and this like goes on very easily, and it's a pencil. I couldn't find my liquid one that I use all the time. I don't know where it is, and that's a little upsetting. Oh, the dryer is squeaking. Hold on a second. You might be able to hear that. Hold on. Okay, I just did my other eye, but yeah, we have a dryer that squeaks. We'll fix it at some point. Okay, so eating out or eating on the go often means we are eating a lot of highly processed foods or highly palatable foods that contain a lot of calories. So that is one big reason that contributes to the difficulties when trying to achieve weight loss, when this is something that's happening all the time. And this is where you have a few options. Number one, you try to decrease the amount of times you're eating out. Number two, you learn how to make the right choices when you're going out to these restaurants or social gatherings, whatever they are. Or number three, you come prepared and you bring your own food sometimes if you're really trying to stick to a proper way of eating, and that's an option. You know, maybe you're going to a sporting event, you know, your kids' games. Like, you can bring your own meal if it's going to run through dinner. You can do that. You don't have to starve and then end up binging at the end of the night. You got a plan for it. And that's what I like to do. I like to think about it the night before or the morning of and think about, how is my day going? Do I have everything I need? Oh, I see I might go like 6 hours without eating unless I bring something with me or think about where I might be eating later. Like, it just takes a little bit of thought. Again, I know it sounds overwhelming, but when you really start to focus on helping yourself and reaching the goal that you're trying to reach, it all gets a little easier and habitual. But the one thing that has to remain constant is that you have this desire for yourself to reach this goal. And also, please think about why you want to reach this goal. Do not make it purely because you want to just look better. I'm sure you want to feel better too, right? But let's focus on that too, that you want to have more energy, that you want to not feel so moody, maybe. Like, I can tell you, when I eat well, which is most of my life, when I eat well and consume nutritious foods and in the right amounts for me, I feel so good. It is worth it. When I fall off track for whatever reason, I don't feel so hot afterwards. And again, this is where discipline comes in, because it's very easy to, in the moment, just say, whatever, it's just tonight. And that's fine. You don't have to be perfect. You can eat foods that are unhealthy every now and then, but eat it very mindfully. Really enjoy it if you're going to do it. If you're at a Cheesecake Factory and you're like, I want some cheesecake, do it. But you know, if you get full halfway through, you don't need to eat the whole thing. Or if you do eat the whole thing, please remember that you did it. Like, enjoy it. Be present. That is very important. You want it to be worth it, right? And here is a final reason that I think it's very hard to lose weight. Lack of motivation. Some people, yes, they want to lose weight, but they say, I'm just not motivated. Okay. Well, guess what? Sometimes I am not motivated as well to do the things I have to do. And that is where the discipline comes back. But also, if I'm like literally exhausted or just lacking motivation in a certain moment, if I can't do what I originally planned to do, I try to figure out what a really good alternative would be. Like, say it's dinner time, right? And I am zapped. I'm not feeling motivated to make that like perfect meal, that perfectly balanced, healthy meal, I say to myself, okay, well, it doesn't mean I'm going to go order a pizza or go run to Taco Bell. What's the next best alternative? And sometimes that next best alternative might be, maybe I'll just have a bowl of my favorite kind of healthy cereal. But I'm going to make sure that I also like throw a little protein on the side, something easy. It could be like scrambling up an egg or my favorite chicken maple sausage that I eat all the time. Like, I've done this. And then like literally after I eat the cereal and the breakfast sausage for dinner, I'm like, but you need a vegetable. And I'll like grab the baby carrots. That was a good alternative to, instead of just throwing in the towel and being like ordering the pizza. You know what I mean? So plan Bs are fine. I think that concludes my main thoughts here. If anything comes back to me while I finish putting on my makeup here, I will definitely throw it in. But I think for the remainder of the video, which I'm going to kind of fly through because I think this is getting long, I'm going to continue with the rest of my face. I'm going to use this bronzer here. and we're going to talk about just whatever's been going on in my life. If you care to know, I have the flu right now. Yes, I have the flu. I was diagnosed yesterday. I've been feeling sick for several days. I feel like good enough to do this today, which is why I'm doing it. And I really try to post a video every single week. And doing this in the comfort of my own home is really not that big a deal. I can talk, can't sing, that's for sure. I'm on meds. My son has strep and the flu. My husband and daughter have the flu. We all have the flu. So it's been great. I took off work on Monday and hoping that like my fever does not come back because I did have an elevated temperature. We could not perform last night. Me and my husband, we are a musical duo. That wasn't happening at all. Like I couldn't sing today if I wanted to either. There's no way. I basically have been feeling like poopy since my kids went to school. They had some sickness in the beginning of the school year. And then I had like, I'm saying it's fall allergies because that's what I've always thought it was. So for a month, I had serious congestion going on. And then I finally decided to go to my allergist who I hadn't seen in a while. And I hadn't done a blood test in like 4 years. So we retested me. I can't remember exactly like the exact results, but she did say, you are not highly allergic to stuff in the fall, that your biggies are in the spring and summer. And I'm like, but I only feel horrible in the fall, like from September to October. Like all the other times a year, I feel fine. I would not think I have summer and spring allergies. So you try to figure that out. So she told me that I am probably just very sensitive to the change in weather. So I'm like, ugh. So here we are, it's now November, and the entire fall I have not been feeling well, and it's really been affecting my singing. And it really has gotten me quite down. I was in the doctor's office yesterday and I just like burst into tears, like when I was by myself. And then I burst into tears when the nurse came in, and I'm just like, I was feeling very defeated. Like I'm trying to do so much in my life. I know, and I know people probably tell me to slow down and not do so much, but like there's a reason behind the madness. And I do try to do everything that I do in a healthy way. Even doing this YouTube thing, it sometimes gets really draining because the types of videos I want to deliver require a lot of time, and sometimes I just can't. So that's why I've actually decided to just kind of go with the flow and maybe just bring a little bit more of my real life into my videos, so that I'm kind of like doing two things at once. I'm living my life, but I'm also capturing it. And yeah, so I'm just kind of like going with the flow and see what works. And I love making YouTube videos, so I'm not going to stop. I have a lot of goals in my life, and a reason that I do the things I do is because I truly believe I wasted many years. I wasted many years just floating through life, not knowing what the heck I was doing, not honoring my true desires and dreams, being insecure, like you name it, you know. So I have finally grown, very much so. I've become someone that I very much respect. I like myself a lot. I love myself. I love who I am. I love that I am very energized by life. I see all the opportunities that are out there. I know I'm fully capable of doing what many other people do, so I'm doing it too, okay? I just recently, past few years, I've really been thinking about life, and I'm like, wow, my life is like half over. And I'm not saying that to be depressing. I'm just like saying, let's live. Can we just live? Can we just be happy? You know, there's no reason for me not to go after the things I want. I'm a capable woman. I don't have anything holding me back except me. I'm the only one holding me back. I'm a very lucky person. I got my health. I have loving family. I've supportive friends. Like, what the heck? Just go for it. What's the worst that can happen? You fail, you learn from it, you figure out what's going to work. I don't know. I just don't want to like take things so seriously anymore. Worry about what people might think of me, or worry that it was the wrong move, or worry that I wasted time or money. Like, I don't want to think like that, because I think when you take action, you figure it out. If you don't take action, chances are that the first thing you try is not going to be the answer. Or maybe it'll work out, but you're not very happy doing it. I am just all about living. Oh, for liquid lipstick. Love this. I actually had to buy this again. I ran out of my first one, so I'm glad they still have this shade. It's Verona. I guess another thing I can say is that I'm slightly grateful for being sick. Now, don't get me wrong, I am angry that I had to cancel my entire weekend. I had 2 social events with friends, and I never have 2 engagements in one weekend, but we gig so much that it's very hard to get together with friends. So I had to cancel Friday night with someone. I had to cancel today with somebody. We had to cancel the gig, which, that sucks. That's not what we want to happen, but we did find a replacement. So that was great, and it went really well. But being forced to be home forces you to rest, forces you to be with your family. And I've had a little bit of energy to kind of do a little bit of organizing and like throwing things out and stuff like that, just like at my own pace, very leisurely and calmly, which kind of was very satisfying for me. Oh my God, this was going to be my original topic. It just came to me. This video. We're gonna dive back into like the original topic of like, why is it so hard to lose weight? So in talking about the sickness, this reminded me of such a big reason. So like, okay, I honestly feel like every time I set a new schedule for myself with like my lifting routine or whatever it is, working out, whatever my plan of action is, every time I like set a schedule, oh, this is an Ofra lip gloss that I topped it with, something happens to kind of like blow my plan up, and like I can't do what I said I was going to do. So I think that throws a lot of people into a tizzy, because you could be like having this whole plan mapped out, for say your weight loss plan. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, this is how it's going to be. And then like on day 1 or day 3 or week 2, like shit happens and your whole plan is busted. So that is where the all or nothing thinking mindset comes in. And I have been there. I have a history with disordered eating and having bad relationship with my body and food and fitness. So this is why I do what I do, because I've overcome it all and I'm so happy, and I just want to help others to overcome those demons too, if that's what they have going on. So since I've been sick, like, yeah, I'm not happy that I'm not exercising, because I know when you're sick, you should not be lifting weights and doing intense exercise because your body needs rest. But did I decide to just throw in the towel and forget the healthy eating? No. I said, well, what can I do? What can I do to continue on my health journey? And so what I'm continuing to do is to continue to feed my body really well. I'm tracking my macros because I like to do that. So I'm making sure I'm getting my right amount of calories in, and my protein and carbs and fat, and I'm getting my hydration. I'm taking all my supplements. I'm doing everything that I can. And while I'm not really moving my body and exercising the way I want to right now, it's okay. I'm going to get back to it. If I take a week off from exercise, it's not going to undo everything I've been doing for several years at this point. It's just a tiny setback, a little temporary setback. I'm not going to lose all the muscle that I've gained. I'm not going to like suddenly gain 5 pounds of fat in a week. That doesn't happen. So realizing that the all or nothing mentality ain't going to help. You got to get rid of that. Life is not perfect. And we have to learn how to handle all the craziness and navigate through everything. No matter what your goal is, stuff is always blowing up, okay? At least in my world. Like, things never go as planned. So it's knowing how to do our best when we can't do exactly what we wanted to do, but we're still doing our best. And usually that is good enough to get you where you're trying to go. And I realized I filmed this whole video without having earrings in the first hole. I have 3 piercings in each earlobe. Why can't I do this? So we're gonna stick some hoops in there. I don't know if I look like a pirate with hoops and a headband. And of course I had this grand idea that I was gonna like do my hair and everything for this video, like use my hair waver and like make it super nice. But guess what? I ain't got no time for that because my husband is out renting a truck so we can get rid of our couch that our son puked on a few days ago because of his sickness. So I have to have them ready in 15 minutes so we can all go and get rid of the couch. So that's what I have to do. I don't have time to do my hair. I hope this video helped you guys. I hope that you realize that like you're not alone in any of these weight loss struggles that you're going through or whatever you're going through. Sometimes we feel alone, but we're all really experiencing the same things just in a slightly different way. I want to connect with more people, so please like leave comments below. Let's start more conversations together. We can all help each other. We're all here to help each other. You know, we're not here to compete with each other. I just want everyone to be happy and healthy and love one another and help one another and get along and like all that sappy stuff. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It does help me out with getting this video out to the world. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Oh, bye-bye couch. This is very sad. Just gonna dump the couch like it never mattered. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a good couch. A lot of kid liquids on this couch in the last 9+ years. Oh man. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh. Like it never mattered. This is sad. You were good to us. Thanks for all the naps.